Hello, my friends. I'm Paolo. I come from Italy, and I want to explain you how I learned Russian in a very short time. I didn't the method I used to learn Russian, and I didn't use to improve my English. My English is normal, as you can understand, and I started learning English very early, as in my childhood. So don't judge the method from my English speaking. I started learning Russian 3 years ago from nothing. And for 2 years, I just did as much as I could. Yes, I started with the Assimil course, and then I moved to a free learning, alone self-learning. That was not very useful. So after 2 years, I decided to improve, and I invented, let's say, a new method that I used for 1 year. This method takes advantage from a website that I did later, because I realized that it was very difficult to use the method without an app or a website. And this website is repetitajuvan.com. You can find the address in the description of the video. This method, I just did the video in Russian, so from time to time Russian words comes into my mind. This method is very simple. You take a text, for example an article, you divide it into small pieces, and then you start learning on each piece. First day, first piece. Learning means that you take the piece. If you have the audio version, it's very good, because you first listen to it, you try to understand it, then you translate it to your Rodney Yazik. I don't remember in English sometimes, to your mother language, and you understand it in details. Then, after that, you try to write it down, like a dictation. For example, if you have the audio, you can listen to a phrase and write it down, listen to a phrase and write it down. This is very useful. Like it was done at school 100 years ago. It was all good 100 years ago at school. And then the most important thing at the end, you have to learn the text by heart and be as soon as you are able to repeat it by heart. It's okay, you can close the text, but you don't close it. You just postpone it to another day. The first time you postpone it by 2 days, the second time by 3 days, and go on, and so on. And so the first day you exercise on the first text, the second day on the second text, and the third day you repeat the first text, and then a new text. So every day you can choose how many new texts and how many old texts exercise on. It's just that you don't have to learn rules, because of course if you have a teacher, it can be very good, because you can talk with the teacher about the texts that you are learning, and he or she can explain to you the details, the grammar behind, the meaning of the word, because you can learn grammar on the field, but it's always good sometimes to find a description of the rules, because it's easier. So with this, the language will come into your mind. You won't even realize it. You don't have to do anything except from exercise on the text and repeat them by heart. When you repeat a text by heart, you're speaking correctly the language that you're learning. You understand that you are speaking correctly, and your brain is getting used to speak correctly in that language. It's amazing to see the brain, because you have to be have a passive approach. You're not learning by yourself, but you're putting your brain in the condition of learning the language. And this is very nice to see. And I could watch it in the last year with Russian. You can see my video in Russian. You can see how I speak. Of course, I still speak English much better than Russian, but no, Russian is not really what you can say an easy language, so it's normal. But I'm very satisfied, and yes, it's just the approach is passive. You just see your brain working. It's nice. It's very nice. And you can use my website too, and it's still free. I don't know if it will be free forever, because I don't have plan for the future. But now it's free, so that you can use it for your favorite foreign language. Bye bye. Thank you very much.